camera somehow. Are we live? Are we finally live?
We made it. How embarrassing. I'm
crazy.
late for my own party, baby.
I know, fashionably late, I guess. YouTube has just been trying to make our lives miserable lately.
It's all a test about our patience.
Yeah, it's trying to test our tranquilo.
Yes.
We're not doing too well.
Hey, I'm just happy it's working.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I could put YouTube in a box and throw them off our balcony.
You know what? Don't say that, JP, because we are on YouTube right now. We'd like to continue being on YouTube. We love you, YouTube.
Yeah. They're listening. Yeah. Full on 1984 right now. YouTube Big Brother is listening. Okay. We better say only nice things about them.
Oh, well, I'm going to say thank you, Juan, for saying my 21st birthday. I appreciate that. Sometimes that's how I feel. And then there's other times and I'm really feeling my age. Let me tell you, it's crazy.
Yeah, me too.
But thanks everybody for joining us. We've been really looking forward to this, even with the little glitch. So thanks for hanging in there. Hope you all are having a nice, enjoyable and calm tranquilo Saturday.
Hola, Oklahoma City, OKC.
Very cool. Yeah, sorry, we can't just stop and read.
Yeah, Monta's being good to you guys. Yes, it is. We really like the sun.
Yeah, the weather here is incredible. Sometimes we'll have a day of clouds, or maybe like a half a day of clouds, and then the next day we'll wake up and it's like blue skies all day. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, total blue sky today. No clouds.
Yeah, it's a little windy, but I'm not complaining about that.
No, it's a nice breeze through here.
It is. It is. But there's
32 degrees. Where are you, Sean? 32? Or is that Celsius?
Let's hope that's Celsius. Although I guess it's possible. We were looking up some stuff about Iceland, and it said it was like 50 degrees there, and this is their summertime. So
yeah.
That's a little chilly for me in the summer. No thanks. Although I don't know, it's been so hot in parts of the United States. I don't want to deal with that either. I really feel bad for all those people out there in that extreme heat and ugh. No, thank you. Y'all need to come to Ecuador. The weather is really nice.
So I asked if you're surfing.
No, I kind of wussed out after I twisted my knee and the water was kind of chilly. So we've both been swimming in the pool and I've been working on just getting stronger with my swimming period. And then we've been seeing all these paddleboarders out our window. So I really want to try paddleboarding before I try surfing again. Yeah. I'm not going to rule it out. And same with kite surfing. That looks like a lot of fun. Although I don't know, it looks a little scary, you guys, because the force from the wind force looks kind of extreme. Thoughts on that, JP?
Yeah, they were just out there. It looked the way they hit the waves too, and they're going super fast. I'm not sure kite surfing is for us. We are not as young as we look.
No, and our body reminds us of that, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But the kite surfing is beautiful.
It does look like fun. I think paddleboarding is more our speed, where you stand up and it's like walking on water. I think that would be much better for us.
Ooh, David said it's 99 in Dallas and 92 in Oklahoma. It's summer.
Somebody asked if it's always humid in Cuenca, but I think you meant Cuenca. And I don't know. I guess it was more humid there than it is here in Manta, but not as humid as Olón.
No. Oh my gosh, definitely not.
Cuenca is not defined by its humidity. It's defined by its coolness. It's very cool.
Yeah, I never felt like it was humid in Cuenca. Mm-mm. I mean, it's not dry like Denver's pretty dry or some other places like that, but we noticed the humidity in Olón for sure. So
yeah, it was bad in Olón.
Yes,
very happy to
change.
Yeah, it's still humid here in Manta, but it's just not the same. It's nothing like Olón or Kansas in July.
No, oh gosh, no, I don't miss that at all.
No.
Ugh. So I saw somebody else just said it's 91. Okay, you guys are hot.
Yeah, we're getting to the worldwide weather update.
Oh, but 63 in Cuenca, that's really nice. Oh, hopefully the sun's out too.
We have a flock of pelicans that just flew by. Those things are massive. They have a 6 to 7 foot wingspan, and they just hover right outside our balcony.
Oh, and yeah, they're incredible. It's so neat to see the birds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the weather. I love that you guys are all reporting it, because so somebody just said it's 62 in Quito, and I'm really excited to go and explore the Quito area. It's just I'm just excited to explore. There's so much more of this country we want to see and share with all of you. It's going to be so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the weather is really nice. So JP, time is coming.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yes. We're very excited.
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying our videos.
Yes. Thank you all so much. Cuenca is just for cool people. I like it.
Or people who like being cool.
Well, the weird thing is, though, there were times when you have 3 temperatures in like an hour, like 3 seasons, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, our first super chat.
Hola, Tina.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you
Tina
so
Bobina.
much.
Banana Bobina. Oh, our old landlord is calling us, Washington. Hola, Washington. I guess he's not watching our live stream.
Probably not.
In case you guys are interested, I think our old house in Cuenca is for rent.
Yes. Yeah. And he is a fantastic landlord.
Yeah, he is. We really like him.
Such a nice man and very responsive. We've been actually really lucky with landlords.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know that is not the case for everyone, unfortunately.
All right,
So somebody asked if we still have the bikes, and we do. We have not. Okay, I'm calling JP out live right now. I've been asking to go bike riding. Maybe that could be my birthday present.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did buy a tire pump and fixed our flat tires, so that's good. They were just low.
They were low, but JP's back has been bothering him, honestly, which is why we haven't gone.
I've been having back problems. I think I've been swimming too much or sitting at the computer too much or something. But all right, well, we can get them out. I actually got the tires aired up and rode my bike around the parking garage, so they work. Yay.
I know, I'm excited. Well, I've got a couple fun bike rides in store, and I think we could do some fun videoing with we have a GoPro that JP can put on his helmet. Mm-hmm. So it'll be good.
Yeah. Somebody asked, what do we miss the most from the States?
Well, I miss not being able to go to a store and buy a pair of binoculars.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain. Like I was wanting to get a telephoto lens for my camera, my Panasonic, but they don't sell Panasonic in Ecuador, so I can't find any lenses for it here. And I want a Panasonic so that it will communicate with the camera. So it's stuff like that. It's just, they just don't have the selection. Like I bought a new laptop last year sometime, and they have like this weird European keyboard with a bunch of special keys, and I had to reconfigure it to be an American keyboard, and it's still, some of the keys are confusing to me. So I guess the thing I miss most is having like English convenience type equipment. Yeah. Binoculars, telephoto lenses. Like Amelia wanted a milk frother for our coffee, and we couldn't find one anywhere. We looked all over the place and couldn't find one. So we had Steve, one of our patrons, brought it for us this week. Yeah, I know. And it was good timing. But I mean, there's stuff that like you can live without, right? It's people ask us what we wish we would have brought from the States. Well, I guess a milk frother, but that was the first time I wanted one since we've been here. So it's not like it was an emergency. And the same goes for the binoculars. We haven't tried that hard to find it. And that's one of the things we actually really enjoyed when we got to Cuenca, is learning all the little shops and going on our shopping scavenger hunts. But, obviously with COVID, all that's changed too. I think that there's a lot more we can get in Quito. We just haven't spent enough time there yet to know. So. Yeah. Yeah, we have looked. None of the sporting goods stores carry binoculars, and we haven't found a single camera store. We looked in Guayaquil and here in Manta, and we haven't found a camera shop, other than like a Fuji film store, right? Which is more about getting things developed, and they sell more picture frames than they do camera gear. But I don't know. It's just that kind of stuff, I guess, is what I miss. That also we have a special cable that connects our microphone to my phone. We've been filming almost everything on my iPhone lately, and I have a special cable. Well, I couldn't find that in Ecuador, so I had to have somebody bring it from the U.S. because you just can't go to like a store here and buy anything specialty, which is kind of a pain. I guess that's the thing I miss the most, is just being able to get things that are not easy to find.
Yeah. And it doesn't, like we said, it doesn't come up very often, but when it does, well, it just requires a little more planning on our part, but it's not like we're, having major sacrifices here.
Yeah.
And we haven't need to plan an emergency trip back to the US. So if that puts it in perspective.
Yeah. I haven't been back to the US in over 2 years now. So it's normally we were going back every 6 months or so. And we would just pick up specialty items then. But since because of the pandemic, we haven't traveled back.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if we socialize with the other expats regularly. We have a few friends that we hang out with, but we don't.
Not regularly.
Not regularly. We don't really get, mainly because of the pandemic, we just don't get together with groups of people. There are groups of people meeting, but we don't really do that. We work a lot. And when we're not working, we kind of just want to relax and hang out and swim in the pool.
Yeah. Although we have been going out for Indian food now that Robbie's open. Thank you, Robbie.
Yes. Now that we have an Indian restaurant here in Manta.
So we are starting to socialize at South Indy in Manta.
Yeah. According to some of our Ecuadorian viewers who are from Manabí, that's this province that we live in now. They said that this is the first Indian restaurant in Manabí ever.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's true or not, but according to some of our Ecuadorian locals, it is the very first.
That's exciting. Well, they would know.
Yeah. We do not have our citizenship yet. We cannot apply until a year from January or February, I think.
Somebody asked where people are socializing in Cuenca, and maybe if somebody's there, well, I know some of you are there in Cuenca, maybe you can put a comment in the chat box. Since we haven't been there recently, we're not sure what's open. I know that things are starting to open back up, though. So that is good news. I was talking to Christina the other day with when we were doing our Spanish class, and she said that she thought in July that everything should be hopefully back to normal, because I know the museums have been closed. I think Sunrise has been open, and I'm sure
Sunrise
some of the coffee shops. Yeah. Sunrise is definitely popular with the expats.
Juan Carlos, feel free to share a link to a camera shop in Guayaquil. I did Google it. That's the first thing I always do when I'm looking for something, and nothing came up. So I couldn't find binoculars, or there are some electronic stores in Mal del Sol, which I looked at, and they have a lot of good Canons and Samsung equipment, but they didn't have anything Panasonic.
Yeah, if anybody knows of a place, please tell us. Yeah. It doesn't have to be Guayaquil, Quito, wherever.
Yeah, and specialty cables. If you can tell us where to find specialty cables, like for electronics cables, that would be awesome. Because I'm afraid that if this cable that I have breaks, then our microphone won't work anymore. So I'd like to get it back.
That would be bad. Oh, I love Baylin. Thank you. I love it. She said, Feliz cumpleaños Ecuato Gringa. I love that. That's right. I'm a combo.
Cryptocurrency is not currently legal in Ecuador, and nobody accepts it that I know of. Maybe individuals do, but not stores. You can't shop with it.
That's something I haven't read about in the news here at all.
Well, it's because it's illegal.
Well, I know, but it's not like Lasso's been talking about it.
No, they haven't really talked about it. They did briefly talk about the government launching their own cryptocurrency, but I don't think anything ever came of that.
So Patrick wants to know the best time to visit alone and no rain. Well, that would probably be now then, because I guess it depends on what your idea of the best time to visit is. If you don't want rain, then it would be this time of year, but it's cloudy. The rainy season is January, February, March. But
it's also the sunny season.
That's also the sunny season. And a lot of times it rains during the night, so it's really not that invasive, but you will have more mosquitoes. So I guess it's a bit tricky.
Yeah, if you want to spend time on the beach and not have to wear dress warmer, I would say go in January or February. But it's really personal preference, because it will rain more then, but it'll also be sunnier and warmer. Hola, Kit. Thank you.
Hey, Kit.
How are you enjoying Salinas?
Yes, we hope everything is going well.
Thank you for the super chat.
Appreciate that. And somebody said, asked is there Middle Eastern food in Ecuador?
There's a lot of shawarma.
There is, yeah. So there's some.
Yeah, we see that all over the place, but not, as far as like, I don't know, like Egyptian, we haven't seen
No.
really specialty, or Ethiopian or any of that. We haven't seen.
I'm trying to remember if there was anything like that in Cuenca. I don't remember.
I don't think so. We don't see a lot of Thai restaurants either, which we miss because we love Thai food.
We do love Thai food. And yes, somebody else asked if we're still taking our Spanish classes, and the answer is yes.
Amelia is.
Well, I am. JP has just not been as diligent.
No. And yet I'm the one that always talks when we go out.
I talk too. My problem is now I can't speak in English or Spanish. And oh my gosh, sometimes I hear the words coming out of my mouth and I'm just embarrassed. It's like I've just regressed in 2 languages. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like I'm getting my sentence structures all messed up now. It's just, it's bad. Hopefully that will stabilize here as I continue to live and speak more Spanish and becomes more natural.
David
my fingers crossed.
Asks if we feel unsafe here. No,
not at all.
We feel safer here. The crime rate is lower here. I mean, you're likely to get pickpocketed. If you go into a large crowd or public transportation, the odds of you being pickpocketed are pretty high, especially if you're not paying attention like we were when we got pickpocketed.
That happened to us once in the whole time we've lived here.
Yeah, in 4 years, we got our phone stolen on the bus because we weren't paying any attention.
No, and we still laugh about it because it was our own stupid fault.
Yeah,
I mean, we should have known.
I can still picture the guy who took it, but I didn't know that he took it until after the fact. But we're going to do a video comparing, the safety and the crime stats between the United States and Ecuador, and I find it fascinating that people still feel safer in the U.S. when you can literally be shot in your car driving to work just for like accidentally cutting someone off, or you get shot in the parking lot of Walmart. I mean, God, it's crazy. When we lived in downtown Denver, we didn't feel safe just walking back home from dinner at night. And here we walk home from dinner at night. We did in Cuenca, we did in Olón, and we've never felt unsafe.
No, I know that there's been some more gang violence, but it's nowhere around where most people live. So we do feel safe.
You can't say that because they did shoot a guy in Mall del Pacifico.
You're right, they did.
But that
was in the middle of the day.
It was. The difference here is that it's usually drug related. Guns are not nearly as popular here, so you don't have a lot of gun violence. And when you do, it's usually one gang member shooting another gang member, and then they speed away on a motorcycle and are arrested shortly later. It's just not the same. You don't have people walking into crowded places and opening fire with an automatic rifle. It just doesn't happen here.
So I'm going to change the subject.
Thank you. But we feel safe.
We feel safe.
I think it's definitely, there's a lot of misinformation in Hollywood and television that make it look like we live in the Wild West. It's uncivilized and dangerous, and it's completely untrue. Agreed.
Somebody asked when the best time is to go surfing in Montanita. And I find that the surfers, if you're a diehard surfer, it's all year round. The surfing is always good. It's just cooler. And what I consider to be summer is actually low season or winter here in Ecuador. So if you want warmer temperatures, then like December through May would be ideal to come and surf, and you'll love it. Surfing is good all along there from like Montanita up to Ayampe. People surf here in Manta too, but there's just not nearly as much surf. But you'll have a good time.
Yeah. Somebody asked about violence toward Americans. No. We
haven't heard anything like that.
So I think after we first moved here, there was like a home invasion somewhere out in the country between Cuenca and Loja somewhere. And I think I don't even know if they were killed or if they were even there, but we just really haven't heard about most of the violence that you hear about. Well, there's 2 kinds. It's gang related or it's domestic. So, angry spouses or jealous people. That's the most common violent crime here is domestic, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's not good. Hey, Jimmy. Hola.
Where?
Hey, stranger.
Where's Jimmy?
Jimmy Post. You can't see. JP needs new glasses, you guys, and I have been on him forever.
You're pointed, but I don't see Jimmy. Oh, there he is. Jimmy. Hola. Taxis in Cuenca are a wild ride. Taxis, yes, they are.
All right, now everybody is witness to the fact that you need new glasses. That is on the to-do for next week. And of course, we will be filming it. That was good, JP. And somebody posted where I saw it. Juan Carlos, thank you. He said we should Google Panasonic Representante Guayaquil. Okay, thank you so much. We will totally check that out.
Yeah.
And no, it does not feel crowded in Manta. Mm-hmm. So we were talking to a lady who is a native. She's lived in Manta a long time, and she said that they just are still this. There's just not the tourists here. She did talk about that, and she said that there used to be more tourists, obviously, when the cruise ships were coming into port, and that they would stay for the day. She said they'd come in the morning and leave by like 6 o'clock. So that would obviously bring in a lot of people. But it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
More than we had anticipated. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Guayaquil is still crowded.
Yeah. So watch our last video since no one did. It's actually a really good video. We're shocked that it has gotten so few views, but it shows you Manta, and there was the Ironman event was here on Sunday, and you can get an idea of how many people are here. There were parts of the area that were crowded with spectators, but I mean, it gives you a good idea of what it's like here.
Yeah, it was really fun to go out and experience that. And it was a very calm, supportive crowd. And Ryan was telling us that it's usually more crowded because normally they have everybody, or the finish line area is open so you can go and really cheer everybody on, but they had that blocked off. Mm-hmm. So, but we still had a good time. It was really fun. And we're in Manta. Somebody just asked where we're at, and we are in Manta, and we're loving it. Life is good.
Yeah. Somebody asked about wheelchair users. We did know one woman in Cuenca who was in a wheelchair, mm-hmm. motorized one. She zipped around all over town.
She sure did.
It's definitely, Ecuador is not the most handicap-friendly place in the world, especially compared to the United States. But it seems to be getting better, and they seem to be doing, here in Manta, they have a lot of ramps, wheelchair accessible ramps, elevators, escalators, and stuff. So. And
I feel like parts of Guayaquil, I imagine mm-hmm. Quito is the same way.
Yeah.
Cuenca, I don't know. And alone too, it's flat there, but it's tough because a lot of stuff's not paid very well.
Thanks, Sonia.
Muchas gracias, Sonia, or I'm guessing Sonia.
Sonia Alvarez. That's a cool last name. I just love that last name.
Alvarez. I like her first name.
Are there better areas to live in Manta, or is it all very nice? Oh yeah, of course, like any city. It's a big city, so there's, it's the range of really rich to really poor.
So yeah, Juan took us on a driving tour of Manta, and he showed us some of the older parts, but he said that in general now it's all very safe, that it's changed a lot. I don't remember. What did he say, from the 80s?
Yeah, in the last 20 years, he said Manta. He said it used to be really dangerous here in the mm-hmm. 80s and 90s, but now he says really safe. The whole city is very safe. So it's we asked him if there's any dangerous places. He's like, not really.
Yeah.
But as far as like quality of life type things, like you want to live in a well-constructed home because we live in the ring of fire. This is an earthquake zone. Right. So you just definitely want to live in a nice place that's, newer built with current earthquake standards.
And Manta is a walkable city. We walk, although they do have a lot of bike lanes here, which we will be using. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the sidewalks are nice. And and then it's, somebody asked what the average rental rate is. I think it was a rental rate. Average cost that might be for sale. I'm not sure.
Average cost for a 2-bedroom apartment in Manta. Yeah. Malta. Is that Malta? Malta. I don't know about Malta, but Manta, it's, it depends on whether you want to buy or rent. But for rentals, it depends on whether you want to be right on the beachfront, or ocean view, or no view. No, so it ranges it could be anywhere from like $350 for a 2-bedroom condo, like inland, mm-hmm. no view of the ocean, all the way up to a couple $1,000 if you want to be right on the beach, in a luxury high rise like Oceania. Yeah,
that place is top notch, but you will definitely pay more.
Yeah, so it ranges. I mean, we know people who live a block off over here, 2-bedroom for $650 or $700.
Yep. Yeah, in a nice area.
Yeah, nice
building.
By
to everything.
Mm-hmm. Nice building, nice area.
Yeah, so you can definitely find a variety of budgets here for sure. I know we have lots of people who are planning their trips to Ecuador, and that's very exciting. We highly recommend it, obviously, since we live here. We are very happy here. Mm-hmm. And I always tell people I'm very grateful to be here too. It's been such an incredible experience. And I feel like we're just getting started because, like I said earlier, we just have scratched the surface of all the places to see and do. You know, we haven't been to Galapagos or the Amazon. And JP, I could do a list.
Yeah, start your list, Amelia.
He loves my list.
It's a long list, and we have not done a very good job of checking things off because of the pandemic. We've had this list of places we want to visit, but we just haven't ventured out very much.
Well, and we were wanting to do one of those hop-on, hop-off bus tours, but I don't think they're running right now, or at least they weren't the last we heard, which was, a month ago? But that'll come back. I know that government is really working towards building the tourism back up and getting stuff started, I guess it's the right word. So fingers crossed. Yeah. That would be great for everybody.
Manuel asks who do we think is happier, Ecuadorians or Americans? I don't know. I feel like right now Ecuadorians are, based on our perception of Americans, although the Americans who live here seem very happy.
They do seem very happy. Yeah. I think people in general just seem.
But if you're asking about Americans in overall, the 300 and some million Americans, I would say overall the Ecuadorians are happier. And the Americans who live in Ecuador.
It'd be interesting to hear other people's perspective on that. That's a really interesting question. Thank you. And Sandra, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hola. Gracias.
Yes, muchas gracias.
Let's see. Somebody asked another question. The hospital. Reese asked about the new hospital. We're going to try and get a tour of that. It should be opening. They're going to start opening some of it soon. Yeah. And we've heard it's awesome. Really nice, modern hospital.
Yeah, so. I think it's supposed to start, or some of the offices are going to be ready in August.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not too far from here. It's a long walk, but we could walk there. Or we could ride our bikes there really quickly.
We could. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
But we've heard excellent things about the healthcare here in Manta too, from a variety of people. So that's always nice to hear. We haven't needed any ourselves. And I guess at some point we should probably go and get a checkup. You know, you are supposed to do those type of things.
Yeah. Somebody asked about how hard it is to breathe in Quito. Well, it's 9,500 feet above sea level. So it's, the thin air is probably going to be a problem for someone with COPD. I don't know. You just have to go there. If you've been to altitude, when we've been there, it's not a smoggy city.
No, it's not.
So it's not, that wouldn't be, and there's usually a lot of wind. So I wouldn't say it's smoggy, but it's a high altitude or elevation that's hard to breathe.
I didn't really notice it that much, but we had just come from Denver. I'm sure we would really feel it now after living at sea level for a year and a half. So I just saw something. Somebody said Ecuadorians are Americans. And yes, that is, you're exactly right. And we can use these Spanish words. Estado
unadense.
No.
Estado unadense. Estado unadense. Somebody else type that out for us.
So that's one of those words I have not practiced. Yeah. How about if I just say people from the United States?
Ecuadorians are actually South American. If you want to be specific and nitpicky, Ecuadorians are South American.
So we could say people from North America, but then
that's the thing is that
I know.
There's no word in English for United States of American. We just say everybody around the world shortens it to American. So if you go anywhere in the world and you refer to Americans, they will say they know who you're talking about.
Carla, thank you. Estado unadense.
Estado unadense.
Oh, you're so good. And yeah, I agree. We just say gringos. It's a lot easier.
I love that saying, Jupiter. If we were meant to stay in one place, we'd have roots instead of feet.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Estado unadense. So if you say it every time somebody types it, you'll master it.
Oh yeah, by the end of this. It takes a lot just to type that. That's a long word too.
It is. I know. It'd be nice if we had a word like that in English, but there is no word for Estado.
Unidense.
That translates in English to American.
Thanks everybody for typing it for me. Hopefully you guys are laughing along and not just doing this. I know sometimes it's painful.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta laugh at myself, right? I am far from perfect.
Yeah. I wish I could understand as well as I speak it, because I'll speak it and then they, based on the way I talk, they think I understand, and then they rattle off in return at lightning speed, and I don't get a word of it. And Amelia, luckily, she understands a lot more than I do.
Yeah, I find people here I've had an easier time understanding people here. In the Alone area, their accent was a bit heavier, or I shouldn't say just Alone. Some people just have heavier accents, just like everybody does in the world, right? Different accents. I still love Cuenca because it's more sing-songy. It's very pretty.
Hola, Carla. Zambrano. That is a very Ecuadorian name. We know lots of Zambranos. It sounds Italian, though, doesn't it?
Zambrano?
Zambrano.
Could be.
Mamma mia.
USA?
USA. Yeah, I've heard that before too. USA.
Oh.
But what do they say for like American? What do they say? They don't say Usian, do they?
Maybe.
Usian?
Maybe we could just say usas.
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 But that sounds very Spanish, like uses.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess I'll just say people from the U.S. because that's still easier for me than saying, I got to try to find it again. Estadounidense. Estadounidense. All right, I need a new word now. You guys are going to get really tired of that.
Estadounidense.
Oh, somebody's Sharon, thank you. Yeah, you're right. Estadounidense. Muchas gracias. That's extremely helpful. You guys are so awesome and patient.
Oh, Zambrano is a Basque name. That's cool.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah, there are a lot of people from Manabí with the last name Zambrano. It's a great name. Muy bien. The Mongolian equivalent from USA. I like it, Kit. Thank you for sharing. It's so interesting. Love it.
Yeah, we get invited to stay at people's house all the time. Nandita was commenting that their Spanish instructor invited them to come stay with them.
People are so
They're
friendly.
so friendly here, but from our perspective, like we don't know you. We're just a comment on, like an email. We'll get an email inviting us to come stay with their family. Like just from.
You might not really like us
I know.
to be his house guest. I don't know. So Jerome wants to know which is easier to use and get by, cash or credit, and how is the banking system? Well, cash is definitely easier here because so many people operate on cash, but more people are using credit cards now and debit cards too. So I'm able to pay stuff online here, which I was not really able to do when we first moved to Ecuador. So it is improving. The banking system is,
you can get by without a credit card, but you cannot get by without cash. The taxi drivers don't take cash. Mercados, the small little team,
they don't take credit cards.
They don't take credit card. The taxi drivers do not take credit card. Neither do the Mercados. The little mom and pop shops don't take credit cards. So yeah, you'll need cash for that stuff. And there are ATMs everywhere, so you can easily get money out.
Yeah. And change is always good to have, but don't do what we did and arrive with a whole bag load of quarters or whatever loose change we had, because boy, we got all of our stuff searched in Florida by the TSA. That was a pain in the butt. And I had my coins all the way at the bottom of my backpack and they had to unpack everything. Oh my gosh. It's crazy.
Eddie asks about marinas for sailboats. We have an FAQ on Live Abroad now about boating in Ecuador, and that's on our other website.
But the truth is, they just aren't prevalent here like what you're used to in the U.S. There's a few, but it's just not a real popular thing.
And they don't have slips either. You would anchor and then have a water taxi. They don't have docks or slips where you can park your boat. Kit,
I love what you said. He's that the food in Ecuador is so good and so affordable. I know we're so spoiled, aren't we? It's
Yeah.
another reason we're so grateful. The quality of the food here is just incredible. And I just never get tired of going and looking at all the pretty colors of the fruits and the vegetables.
Yeah.
The variety. It's awesome.
It is awesome. And I love having the tropical fruits so cheap.
Oh, I know. We had some pitahaya this morning. Oh, it was excellent. That's dragon fruit. So good. So somebody wants to know, Reed wants to know best bank to use for Social Security to be deposited in. Well, in the beginning, a lot of people come to Ecuador, a lot of people from the US and other countries, and start with a JEP account because you can open that with your passport. And a lot of people do CDs, so JEP's a good one. But I think a lot of other people have Pinchincha or Banco de Guayaquil as well. We keep threatening to open another bank account. We just haven't done it yet. But we've been happy with our JEP account.
Mm-hmm. Did they ask about depositing Social Security? I missed that one.
Yes.
Wow. Great.
Wow.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's so generous.
That is extremely generous of you. Wow. We have to go to dinner.
Okay. Well, we can handle that.
Might have to go to Montanita.
Oh, yeah. I know. We have to share that with you guys in the video. We were just talking about that, but we need to spread the love around. We can't just go.
Just show Indian.
Because we're addicted. Martinica is amazing. It's a beautiful restaurant and they're very talented and the service is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Greg, thank you very much.
Yeah,
that was very thoughtful.
Yeah. Reed was asking about a U.S. bank. So we like Charles Schwab because they have no ATM fees worldwide and they refund ATM fees charged by the dispensing bank. So basically it's a truly free ATM card experience. So that's what we have for our U.S. bank. And also we talked to our contact at JEP, our local bank here in Ecuador, and he said that it's easy to do wire transfers from Charles Schwab too, because we have a regional bank in Colorado and we want to do a wire transfer and they require you to go into a branch in Colorado to initiate a wire transfer. So that's obviously not an option for us. So we're transferring our money over to Charles Schwab so that we can do a wire transfer to Ecuador. Now,
we had another person who's visiting from the US tell us that Wells Fargo is super easy to use and they communicate and play nicely with the Ecuador banking laws too. So you could check them out as well. But yeah, we highly recommend Charles Schwab. Been very happy.
Yeah, we've been with them for years and really happy with them. So, but the key is you got to open a brokerage account first. And then you open up a checking account that's tied to the brokerage account, just so you know. That has confused a few people who we sent there before, but you don't have to use the brokerage account or even keep any money in it once you have your checking account open.
It is a bit confusing. I agree with that. We were both a little confused at first ourselves. Yep. And yeah, you're right. Somebody said that Zoom is great for transferring money. Oh, Joe. And yeah, we've used that before too.
Yeah, we use that, but it's expensive.
It can be expensive.
Especially if you want to do a larger amount. I think we're going to do a CD here at JEP because the interest rate is 8.5%. And right now we're making 0.25% on our account back in Colorado. So that's a lot more. And Sandra asked a couple of times how my back is doing. It's not doing great right now. I'm not sure if I tweaked it or what I did to it, but it's been hurting lately. I got a massage yesterday and my masseuse was not happy with me. Muchos nudos, she kept saying. Muchos nudos. No, that muy mal. Está muy mal. Muchos nudos. That means a lot of knots.
Yes.
She kept saying it over and over. So I guess that was really bad. So she's going to come back on Monday and work on it some more. But my lower back's just been bugging me.
Yeah, probably, I don't know, too much sitting perhaps.
Probably too much work at the computer. We're working on some new projects and we just launched our referral program or introduction service, I guess is what we would call it. But we're basically have kind of improved our ability to introduce all of you to our service providers here, like visa agents, real estate agents, private drivers, and so forth. So we've been working on that a lot. It took a lot of computer time to get it set up. And then we have a couple other cool projects in the works that will be out in another month or so. Thank you, XRP bags.
Birthday cake, a slice of cake. Muchas gracias. I love it. And I pink. Will. Yeah. Oh, even better. I will be eating some cake. And actually, it could be kind of pinkish because I like to make, they're actually brownies, but I like to use beets in them.
Beet brownies.
So they're kind of like red velvety. They're delicious. And somebody asked us if money was not an issue, if we would move back to Colorado. And the answer to that is no.
No.
We made the decision after all the stuff that happened with JP's back that we wanted to explore other cultures and other parts of the world. Mm-hmm. So if we were going to move somewhere else, it would be to another country.
Yeah. Somewhere else in Central or South America or Europe.
Yeah.
But we love Ecuador. We don't have any plans of this. Our plan is that this is our home base. Mm-hmm. We're going to apply for citizenship as soon as we can, are eligible, and become Ecuadorians. And we will keep our U.S.
Yeah, we are not renouncing. And we do have to file taxes. So that is the thing, is U.S. citizens, no matter what, we still have to file our federal taxes. Somebody sent us an email saying that they were confused by that and that they didn't think they had to file their taxes. And I was like, well, nope. We do. Yeah. You better check that out.
The United States is one of only 2 countries in the world, the other being a small island off of Ethiopia, that requires taxes based on citizenship, not residency. So we still have to pay our U.S. taxes. So lots of people are actually denouncing their U.S. citizenship because of that, but
we're not going to.
We're not going to, because we still have all of our family lives there, and we don't want to have any issues going back to see them. So we still pay our taxes there.
Yep, that's just the way it is.
So for any money that you make, and again, you need to talk to a qualified tax professional, because we're not, but based on our understanding is that you only pay, there's a 90% foreign income earned tax credit that you get when you file. So you do have to claim any money you make in Ecuador, including interest on your bank accounts or investments. But you only pay taxes on 10% of that. You get a 90% credit. So, like a adjustment. So anyway.
Kid said there ain't enough money to get me to move back to USA.
USA. Thank you, Evan.
Thanks, Evan. I really appreciate it, or we really appreciate it. It's not nice to hear all the birthday wishes. Thank you guys very much. It's making me feel very special. JP reminded me I haven't put this tiara on in a long time, so
she hasn't felt like wearing the tiara. So I finally convinced her that she needed to bring that out for her birthday.
You were right. Of course, you may have created a monster now.
Yeah, now we're wearing it all the time. That's fine.
It's quite comfortable, JP.
Oh, Franklin's been watching us for 2 years. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. So you've seen us change a lot.
Yeah, we've changed a lot in 2 years.
And locations.
Yep. We will be celebrating our 3-year anniversary in September.
Crazy. Time is just flying by. I cannot believe we're in the middle of July.
Yep. We have no plans of giving up our U.S. citizenship at the moment.
No, I don't. We don't need to do that.
No plans on it anyway.
Nope.
But it does suck that we still have to pay taxes.
It does, but well, it is what it is. I just don't stress about that because there's nothing I can do about it, right? Mm-hmm. All right, JP, you just got really quiet. Are you reading?
Yeah, I was just reading. Oh, thank you.
Oh, somebody's watching from Norway.
From Norway, cool.
Very cool.
That's one place I've always wanted to visit in the summer.
In the summer, yes. It looks very, very cold in the winter.
Leonardo asked if you have to be legal residents. You can come for 90 days on a tourist visa. Mm-hmm. You can get a 90-day tourist visa extension, so you could stay for 6 months, but you have to file for residency. You can be a temporary resident for 2 years, and then you have to get permanent residency if you want to stay. Or can you reapply for temporary? I think you can reapply for temporary.
Yeah, you don't have to become a permanent resident.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you do have to have residency, and most of the visas will allow you to work in Ecuador. We have a whole bunch of FAQs and articles over on liveabroadnow.com about the visas and stuff, but you can work here on almost all of them.
Wow. Andre said he used to live in Manta, but now he is living in Sweden. Very
cool. All over the world. It's so cool about this.
It is. It's really neat.
We've had viewers from Tasmania and Uzbekistan, and God, it's just so cool to have people. Even Iraq and Iran, we have viewers from those countries. It's just really cool.
It's interesting too, because obviously there's a lot of different time changes to consider.
Yeah.
So that makes it tricky. So thank you. If it's a really weird time of day or night for you, we appreciate you hanging out with us.
Hola from Canada. Yemen. Wow.
Very
so
cool. Very cool.
How long till we can apply for, I'm assuming you mean IESS, and you can do that as soon as you get your cedula.
Mhm.
We don't have it yet. We have private health insurance, but
I don't know why. We just haven't gotten off our butts to do it.
yeah, we should do it. It's not that expensive just to have the extra coverage. And there's a really nice IESS hospital, brand new one here in Monta.
Yeah, we should. It certainly can't hurt.
Our government people, they're paid well. The salaries here are not great. Minimum wage is $400 per month, which would not, you could live on that, but I wouldn't call it a comfortable.
Yeah. But you can, Fausto asked if you can live with $1,000 a month in Ecuador, and yeah, you can.
As a single person, definitely.
Yes.
Even we've known couples who've lived here for 800 or 900 or 1,000, 2 people. But we always say that 1,500 is a really comfortable middle-class American lifestyle here. If you could, for 1,500 for 2 people.
For 2 people. So yeah, that's doable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sandra said the Excel spreadsheet works great. Oh, good.
Awesome.
I'm glad it's working.
And we finally got our utility bill yesterday, so I'm going to update that with our Monta cost of living. So I'll be announcing that in next week's newsletter.
Oh, and you're in Edmonton. I have actually been to Edmonton in the wintertime. Unfortunately, it was not that cold when I was there, but it was cold. And I'm sorry your son thinks you're crazy, but I don't. Especially now we know how cold it is there. Oh, come to Ecuador.
De nada, Rosa. Nos encanta Ecuador.
We do.
Un país muy bonito. Sorry, I got distracted. My phone's dinging off the hook here.
I
with all
didn't hear
kinds
it.
of
I didn't notice you. I didn't notice it. That's because I'm reading.
Yeah, we've been getting comments over on Patreon from our live stream. I guess people are watching it on Patreon.
Oh,
unfortunately, cool. Guys, we're not monitoring the Patreon comments while we're on our live stream. It's too hard to have multiple windows open on my laptop.
I would have to have my computer over here.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
I guess we could do that next time. I didn't even know that we could do both at the same time. So noted.
Yep.
We'll plan ahead for the future. There's always stuff we're learning, like how to start the live stream. Since it didn't work this week.
Yeah, it did not work.
We were 4 minutes late.
I know. It kept telling me I have to be logged. I had to be logged in under our account to open it. I'm like, hey, I'm logged in under our account. Somebody asked about bringing our dogs here. When we brought our dogs 4 years ago, it wasn't that hard. There's a lot of hoops you got to jump through, and you got to get all their shots and paperwork and stuff. So it was expensive, and there was a lot of stuff to do. But it's harder now because what is that noise? Oh, was that the air conditioner? I thought it was an airplane. Oh. It's harder now because a lot of the airlines are not allowing larger dogs to be flown in the cargo area. So they have to be able to fit under the seat. And they've also gotten rid of the service dog. A lot of people are not allowed to fly with service dogs anymore either.
Yeah, it was very stressful bringing Daisy in cargo. I don't regret it, but boy, that was quite the experience. And then we got there to Guayaquil, and I kept saying, where are they going to bring her out? And they kept pointing to the conveyor belt. I'm like, I don't understand. And then there she came out on the conveyor belt, just like the luggage. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
And she was terrified.
But she was just fine. She was so mad at us. I know we've told the story a couple of times, but I will never forget. She was pissed.
Yeah, she is very angry.
And she is a super calm, tranquilo dog, but she wouldn't even look at us. We got the back. We went and stayed in a really small hotel room that would take dogs, and it was like just one teeny tiny room, and I think she thought that was her new home, and she was not happy. But she has since forgiven us.
Yeah.
Somebody asked what our favorite Ecuadorian food is. I know chifles.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's a snack. I don't know if that really counts.
Patacones.
What else? I don't know.
We liked the caldo de bola.
Oh yeah,
vegan version.
The vegan version. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Really, anything with a bunch of delicious veggies, we're going to be happy with.
Yeah. Standing on a corner asked about meds available in Ecuador. Yeah, in fact, I even found Zyrtec recently.
Oh yeah.
I got like 60 pills for $10, which I think is less than I paid in the US, isn't it?
No, it's you can get, well, it used to be, Zyrtec used to be expensive, but I think it's come down a
Okay.
lot. But so the thing about medicine here is that they have a lot of the same stuff. It's just under different names.
Mhm.
So I usually honestly, I just Google the manufacturer if somebody's looking for something, and then it'll bring up, you can find a list of the other names that they go by in other countries, which is actually pretty interesting. And it'll list out like 50, 60 countries. So you should be able to find what you're looking for.
Mhm. Just search for the active ingredient, not the brand name.
I've actually searched for the brand name before too.
Well, sometimes like Zyrtec they have now, but and some of the other meds, but yeah, sometimes you have to search for the active ingredient.
And I've heard some people have been able to go online and find on Fibeca and find stuff on their online catalog. So you should have pretty good luck. Fibeca? Fibeca. Yeah, not Fibeca. See, I just did it again.
Spanglish.
Because I was thinking FY in my head. Darn it.
Sandra, Apartamento Zotorongo in Cuenca takes dogs. That's we've stayed there and we love the family.
Oh yeah, they're so nice. They have kitchens too, which is nice if you are staying for a little bit longer term and you want to cook. That's helpful.
I am very lucky to have such an awesome wife.
Aw.
You guys have no idea. She really puts up with a lot.
You heard it right from him, everybody. Well, I have my moments too.
Right now, she has 2 broken toes on same middle toe on both feet. No, I'm pretty sure the other one's still broken too.
I think it's mostly healed.
She got it on the same foot of our bed, going in opposite directions.
Yes, I am a bit accident prone, but I have to say I have had more accidents in Ecuador. I don't know why.
Because it's always there's walking
there
obstacles.
Are more
Although
walking
there's
obstacles.
No excuse for kicking the bed, the same spot twice.
Yeah, that sucks. Let me tell you. My toe is purple. Actually, it's already looking better. I heal fast.
Yep.
Thanks for outing my toe. Yep. It's not going to slow me down, people.
So GL Stanley asks about what condo. I'm assuming you mean in Manta. And right now there's not a lot available, but the Riva di Mare that we featured in one of our videos is beautiful, and it's kind of in that range. It might be a little above that. I'm not sure, but
I think there's some for that.
Yeah, there's definitely places
there's a lot
available in that range, but you really have to work with an agent because it's the newer buildings. The Riva di Mare is the only one that's like new construction now. The rest of the buildings, they haven't built anything new in a few years.
Well, they just recently finished the Mykonos
Torres
Mykonos. Day. So that one, and I know the Santorini had a unit or two for sale in that building. Oceania.
That one's really expensive. Though. That's like the luxury condo building in the area. It's really.
But yeah, check out Riva di Mare.
Yeah.
It looks really nice. They have beautiful views. It's kind of up higher up on a hill.
Right now, the real estate market in Manta is a seller's market because there's not enough housing for the amount of people who are moving here. And it's not just expats. It's really, we're such a small percentage of the people, but a lot of people from the mountains, Cuenca, Quito, and the cities in general are moving here. Manta is booming.
Manta is booming. Well, even and alone too, they were selling out a lot more of the inventory. Because there just isn't as much if you want oceanfront property. That's the problem. And then like JP was saying, it's not just expats, it's people moving from the cities. They want to live on the coast, especially now with remote working, because the internet here is awesome and it's extremely reliable.
Yeah.
That was not the internet problem when we couldn't get logged on this morning.
Yeah, our internet was super fast, but it was a YouTube issue.
It happens.
Sandra asked about zoos. There's one in Cuenca that's like a sanctuary. We've heard great things about. We never went there, but it's like an exotic animal sanctuary because there used to be a thriving exotic animal trade in Ecuador until they outlawed it, and then they confiscated all the animals and put them in like refuges. So there are places like that around.
So Pierre asked if jackfruit is a thing in Ecuador, and not much. There is some jackfruit to be had, but like I don't think we've ever seen it for sale anywhere, which is so disappointing.
I know, especially the young jackfruit, which is what you use as like a meat substitute. And we loved that when we were in the US because it's like pulled pork, only it's a fruit and it's really good, but we have not found it here.
Yeah, but I've heard you can get it in Guayaquil once in a while. That'd be cool.
But it's usually the older ripe stuff. It's really sweet.
Yes, exactly. Favorite Ecuadorian fruits? Mango, pitahaya, papaya. What else? What's your favorite Ecuadorian fruit?
Pitahaya is my favorite.
Yeah, it's so good.
But papaya, probably close second is papaya.
And we like the big papayas and the little ones.
I know it's going to sound crazy, but sometimes those big papayas taste like waffles with syrup to me. They even smell like it. It's amazing to me. And I'm eating this fruit and like, God, it's just like waffles.
We've been on a smoothie bowl kick lately as a nice light dessert. Although I can't say it's that light because I make a big bowl of it. But we blend up frozen papaya and then like the frutilla, which is strawberry or mango, with some put some more fruit on top. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
riquísimo.
Somebody asked if the better beach is Manta. I would not say Manta is known for its beach. That Santa Marianita is great. And we've heard there's some really nice beaches north of Manta, but the Murciélago beach I would not say it's that good of a beach.
Not compared to it. I mean, it's nice. It's because you can swim in it. It's definitely a calmer beach, but it's not one of the prettiest that we've seen.
Yeah, and it's pretty small for the number of people that are there. So, alone, I don't know, alone in Playas,
amazing.
And in Chapipe and Salinas, those are, and San Lorenzo Beach. I don't know. There are a lot of really beautiful beaches. Los Frailes, we haven't been there yet. We're hoping to film there, but.
Oh, and Leguiqui.
Yeah.
We want to go and film over there too. There's like this little hideaway beach. It's beautiful. There's a lot.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of beautiful beaches in Ecuador, and Manta. The beach in Manta proper, I would say, ranks near the bottom of that.
Sorry, Manta.
You have a lot more going for you.
The views are incredible, though, and it is a lot calmer here. So you definitely could, little kids play in the water here a lot.
Somebody asked about a bad smell in Manta. People say it's from the fish. I think it's sewer.
Yeah.
I think they've got some sewer issues in Manta. Some streets just don't smell very good. And to me, it smells more like sewer than fish, but I could be wrong. If you drive down by the port, sometimes you get a fish smell, but maybe we just don't live. The fish processing plants are over by the airport, most of them. And we don't live near there, so we don't smell that.
No, but I smell that sewer smell sometimes, and it can be strong, and it's not that pleasant.
Yeah.
Everything has a trade-off.
I know. But it's just, and then people are like, oh my God, it's so horrible, third world country. But you know what? We smelled sewer gas in Denver all the time.
We
did a loop around our place in downtown Denver with Daisy when we used to walk her. And there was one corner that every time the sewer smelled so bad about knocked us over. And, so it is what it is when you live in a large city. Sometimes the sewer system is not as good as it should be.
Well, and they're doing work, they're repairing it.
Yeah.
So hopefully things will improve. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Is there sargassum? Jimmy, I have no idea what that is.
Sandra said she paid $5.99 for a watermelon yesterday. I think you can buy watermelon for like $1 here, 50 cents or $1. That's a lot. When we bought them, what were they? 50 cents?
They're like $1. It depends on I don't know. It depends on how big you get. We've gotten some really big watermelons.
Yeah.
But my gosh, they're good.
They are. They're so bright red.
I think the thing with the fruit here is more it's like the mango and papaya and pitahaya, the dragon fruit. I mean, I just wouldn't buy them in the States or like strawberries even because they're expensive and then they would be bad in like a second. Like raspberries. Raspberries aren't really a thing here. However, in the States, I would buy them and they would be moldy the next day and you pay like $7 for a little pint. Don't get me started. I'm still bitter.
All right. Amy says spiders in Manta. I'm assuming that's a question mark, not a statement, but we haven't really noticed any. And the insects are not nearly as bad here.
Although we did leave our...
One night.
Screen door open. Oops.
When we first got here, we have these can lights. There's about 20 of them in here, and we had them on. And we were working in the kitchen, and I had the deck door open. Didn't think much of it. When we came in here, it was like 1,000 flying insects in here.
That was bad.
And I just turned the light on the balcony, and then turned the lights off in here, and they all went outside. So after I zapped a bunch of them with this bug zapper thing, but.
Yeah, we learned our lesson.
But we haven't seen any since then, really.
No.
Just a couple bugs.
There's a few.
Once in a while.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can go into the jungle here. That's not the rainforest, not too far from here, and see some pretty cool looking tarantulas and purple ones too. So I think that'd be really cool to see. Not super up close though. I don't want one like falling on my head. That would be terrifying. No, thank you.
I'd love to see a purple tarantula.
Yeah, like from a distance. Not where it jumps on your face.
Ola from Vietnam. Cool.
Oh, Ola.
That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us.
That is a long ways away.
That it is. $3.99 for a pound of cherries. That's a good price, right? I do miss cherries. In Cuenca, we could get them all the time, but we just don't really see them here. Oh, and they were amazing too.
JS asks how long have we been living here. We've been in Ecuador almost 4 years now, and in Manta for 3.5 months, almost 4 months.
Steve G, thank you for telling me what that sargassum is. And no, it's as far as I know, that's not a problem here. We haven't seen like the massive seaweed overgrowth that we saw in Miami.
Yeah, or in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't see the seaweed on the beaches here.
I can have a sneeze coming
scorpions. We haven't seen any scorpions here. Did we see any in Olón?
No, I've never seen any.
We heard that there are some small scorpions in the jungle east of Olón, but we never saw any.
Ooh, found one in your shoe. Yikes. Hopefully you didn't find that out the hard way.
Ninja asks if we ever get bored in Manta. No, that's the thing, is that we don't have time to get bored. We work all the time.
We don't get bored.
And we walk a lot.
Yeah.
So
what we miss is the architecture. We miss the architecture of Cuenca and Quito. We've been there on our exploratory trip, and we want to go back and see more things like that.
Yeah.
But
thanks, John.
Manta. Yes, John, thank you so much. That is very thoughtful.
I like the emoji. Marching trumpet players. Cute. It's cute. Yeah, I miss the architecture, and
I miss the parks.
The parks.
Yes. So Manta, here your park is the beach, the ocean, and it's incredible, but it's not very green here. And we talk about missing the big parks in Cuenca, Parque Paraíso and Parque de la Madre and all the other ones. They're just so much beautiful green space. I wish they had that here. Yeah. But we can go into Monte Cristi and drive inland a little bit and then get our fill of green. So it's all good.
Yep. We are not seeing the same inflation here, although the price of some things have gone up because the government took the subsidies away on fuel when the fuel prices bottomed out. So now they're going to set the fuel prices according to the international commodities market now. So, and that's for premium and diesel, I think. So because fuel prices have gone up, we've seen an increase in things like bread and some foods and Chief Lays. They said they're raising the price of Chief Lays. Those are those plantain chips that I don't eat because I can't control myself. So there are some things that have gone up, but overall the inflation is not nearly as bad here as what it has been in the U.S. over the last year or so.
Yes, and we do have plans to visit more of the provinces, the areas in Ecuador and Pacoche for sure. That is high on my list because it's just down the street. It's about 20 minutes from here. I'm really excited to go and check that out. It's fascinating to me that here we are, you guys, in basically a kind of a desert-like situation. And then you drive down the coast a little bit and you drive through this little area of rainforest, and then you drive back into the desert.
Yeah, it's really strange.
And it's small, and it's only 20 minutes from here. Ecuador is so amazing. It's so diverse. It's very cool.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Yeah, Pacoche is definitely on the list.
Yes.
What? I would love to see a flat pink chip. I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that means?
A flat pink chip. No, maybe that was some weird autocorrect. JP's been fighting autocorrect a lot lately.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you.
We've been swimming a lot, working out.
We have been. Oh,
Yes.
You have a fellow Chiefly addict,
I know.
JP.
They are so good. I like them better than potato chips even.
So Amy wants to know, has mail delivery improved? So I have ordered a few things within Ecuador, and they've come, I assume, but they've come via Survey and Trega. Actually, I don't know if they have. And it's been fine, really fast. So I guess it's improved. We haven't heard about them reopening or starting up the government post office system. I know they had post offices in Cuenca and Quito. I haven't heard much of anything about that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And yeah, DK says you could be a double for Jeff Bridges.
I know, I've had that my whole life, actually. More so when I was younger. We're actually thinking about buying a car. I know we said we'd never do that, but because of the pandemic, it's really hard for us to get around and film because you have to wear a mask all the time, and we can't film with the mask because you can't hear us.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about buying a car, and we also don't want to leave Daisy here. We want to be able to take her with us when we travel.
But the bus system in general, I mean, we used to take the bus a lot, and it's really easy. So yeah, it's good. It's reliable. And there's a lot of smaller buses, the busetas you could take if you don't want to get on a full-size bus. There's a lot of good options to get around that do not require you owning your own car.
Correct.
It's not just by a bicycle.
I know. If it weren't for the pandemic, we probably wouldn't think about buying a car.
Or maybe getting one of those cute little scooters. I see people, they're so popular now, those electric scooters. I see people zipping around everywhere, although we do have electric bikes, but those electric scooters go a lot faster. I don't know. I might be afraid to drive one of those like in rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
I'd have to just have a whole body suit on.
Yeah.
Like the Michelin Man, right? Like the tires would be totally padded up.
Yeah, I know it is better to take the buses, but again, I don't want to ride in a bus packed full of people during a pandemic. So that's the downside. So I just don't feel comfortable getting on a bus right now. And a lot of people are just not taking any kind of precautions anymore. They're not wearing masks. They're not social distancing. The buses are packed full of people. We're not that young. We're
not there yet.
We don't feel comfortable doing that. So it makes it difficult for us to get around. We used to take buses all the time. It's fine. Enjoyed it. Yeah.
It was easy, especially when we lived in alone, because they're running up and down. Or they were running all the time, and it was 50 cents. You just hop on and hop off. So it'll come back. Things will go back to normal.
Yeah.
And yeah, the taxis are affordable. Taxis are another great option. And there's taxis everywhere. And yes, Sandra, we are still happy with our e-bikes. We went out to film a video, and we were going to use them, and then we realized we had flat tires, and then we finally went and got that a tire pump, and we still haven't done a whole heck of a lot of riding. So we're going to start.
Yes.
I made JP promise that earlier. I don't know if you missed that part of the live stream, but he put it out there to the universe.
Patrick, the U.S. Department of State doesn't recommend leaving the United States. I don't really pay any attention to them.
Nope. Elba, muchas gracias. People have the cutest little emoji things.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you so much. Awesome. Very cute. So Michael says, do you feel equally safe in each place you've lived from petty crime perspective? Yeah, I think it's been about the same everywhere we've been. Yeah,
I mean, the petty crime is the issue, and you have to just always be aware of your surroundings, especially if you're in a crowd of people or on a bus.
Yeah.
Just got to pay attention, keep your belongings secure.
Yeah, so like when we went out on with the Ironman, and I mean, it wasn't that crowded, or in the past when we went and stood in the crowd to see the Christmas parade, we just didn't bring anything of value with us. And JP would have his camera, but it's around his neck and he's holding on to it. So you just got to be careful. Unfortunately, there are people who like to pickpocket.
Yeah. And they're really good at it.
They are very good at it. Yep. Some people have skills. Yes. And you're right, Jay. Everywhere you go, you got to be street smart, right? You always have to be aware because you just never know. There's good people and bad people everywhere.
Carmita says her birthday was yesterday. Feliz cumpleaños.
Happy birthday. I hope you had a great birthday. Hopefully you are continuing to celebrate. I think everybody should celebrate their birthdays as much as they want. My mom.
Or as little.
Or as little. I know JP's not huge on celebrating his birthday. My mom likes to celebrate her birthday day, the actual day, every month, which apparently with my niece, her granddaughter, and that drives my sister crazy, but I think it's awesome. I haven't taken it to that level, JP. We could mix it up, I guess, instead of just doing the month of July.
The whole year?
I know. I'm just kidding.
Somebody said it should be the year of Amelia every year.
Thank you. I guess in my own mind it is. Not really. Yeah, it is funny going back to the whole State Department conversation. It is interesting seeing that, their do not travel recommendations, because it doesn't feel like they actually have like feet on the street when they're talking about some of this stuff. But
I just think they want everybody to stay home and spend your money there instead of elsewhere. Yeah, it's my theory, because it's crazy to say, don't travel to all these countries when there's people who live here. We live here. We feel safer here. Yeah, it is safer here. The crime is lower.
So Brian says he's going to be retiring in 2 years and looking into Ecuador. So another person from Edmonton. Wow. That's cool. 2 people today. Is learning Spanish helpful? Extremely helpful. Highly recommend learning Spanish because it's a process. It truly is a process. We came here thinking we knew enough to get by, and it was overwhelming. And the more I always say, the more I learn, the more I realize I have so much more to learn, because the conversation, the vocabulary, everything starts to get a little more complex. But it definitely will enhance your entire experience if you can speak some Spanish.
Yes, for sure. Definitely. Somebody asked if we know any French expats here. There's actually a French couple that owns the poke bowl place in Olón. Yeah, we meet people from all over the world here, especially Europe. A lot of Europeans in Ecuador from all over Europe. There's
quite a diverse group of expats in the Olón area and in Cuenca.
Yep.
I find that fascinating. A lot of French Canadians too. Oh, thank you, Monica. That's very kind of you. We do love Ecuador. Hopefully it comes across.
I feel like we're running out of things to say. I know. My eyes are hurting. I need to get my glasses. I need to get new glasses. Amelia's been going full wife on me about the glasses.
I have been, because he's you guys, half the time he doesn't even wear them anymore. And he's like, I can't see you. And then he's like, will you read this? Seriously? What are you, like 100?
Well, I don't wear them with the mask because they fog over and then I can't see anything. So if we leave the house, I don't even wear them anymore. But then when we're around the house, I don't wear them because they actually hurt my eyes more than help.
So we are going to go I already have the name of the place. We're going to go, and hopefully on Monday, we're going to get JP a doctor's appointment to get his eyes re-examined, get new glasses, because he scratched the crap out of them, not realizing he had some salt or sand or something on his cleaning cloth. So he can see and quit straining his eyes.
Somebody asked if Monta's a good place to retire. I think it's a great place to retire. It's a lower humidity than a lot of places in Ecuador. It's sunny a lot more than other places.
It is. Cuenca is a great place too, though. If you like mountains and that cool, crisp air. There's so much to do in Cuenca.
Yeah.
And somebody else asked if you can negotiate. Oh, I think standing on a corner answered. But yes, Randy, definitely everything's negotiable. It never hurts to ask. But if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. And Andres, thank you for joining us, and sleep tight. It's bedtime for him in Sweden.
Wow. But isn't the sun still out there?
I don't even know what time it is there.
I don't know, but it's sunny very late this time of year, I think.
It is. Yeah, remember when we were in Amsterdam in April and we completely lost track of time because it was still light out at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night or something like that. We usually go to bed at like 9:30. So we were very proud of ourselves. We stayed up really late.
There is, the U.S. does not have a military base in Manta anymore. They closed that years ago.
Scott wants to know if there are more things for rent in Cuenca than he sees online. That is a good question.
I guess it depends on where you're looking. So Gringo Post is a good place. OLX. There's a Facebook group called Ecuador Real Estate and Rentals, I think.
They don't have a lot, though. But the problem with Cuenca is that you really need to go walk around the area you want to live in and look for signs in the windows, because a lot of the owners will rent their places directly. I guess I shouldn't say it's a problem. They just don't necessarily want to pay a commission. So it may be harder to track those down, but definitely OLX is another. It's olx.com.ec. Yep.
Although I went to olx.com and I just redirected to .ec.
But maybe that's because you're in Ecuador.
In Ecuador. Could be.
Yes.
There was another question. Where did that go? Did we ever imagine ourselves moving and living in a different country? We both actually wanted to.
Yes.
Before we even knew each other, we both wanted to.
Yeah.
I almost moved to Europe when I was around the .com days before the bubble burst in 2000. I had an opportunity to go live in London and almost took it. But
good thing you
didn't.
I knew the first time I went to Mexico that I would want to live in another country. That was my first venture outside of the United States. So I actually thought it would be Mexico, but here we are in another Spanish-speaking country.
Yeah, now we have a fruit fly in here from my bananas, probably.
Yep. And Jimmy said Craigslist. So thanks. I always forget about Craigslist in Ecuador. So yeah, that's another place you could check.
Yeah.
Scuba diving is popular sport in Manta. Scuba diving is a thing here, but I don't know how popular it is. But you definitely can scuba dive here along the stretch of coast.
Yeah.
Actually, we were just speaking to somebody who said they did a lot of scuba diving. Unfortunately, she got bit by something.
Yeah. Probably an eel, but
yeah.
There's a dive shop in Manta.
Oh, and Pierre wants to know if we're going to visit Esmeralda soon. It's not high. Soon, no. Will we? Yes. Because I've heard great things about it, but there's some other places that we've been dying to get back to, like Cuenca and Loja, because we've only driven through Loja and we get so many questions about that. And we'd like to see more of it ourselves. And obviously Quito area. And
there's the list.
There's the list. I can go full list right now, you guys. Mindo, I have wanted to visit Mindo since we came to Ecuador. So we got to get those binoculars because I'm going. JP, now his reason we can't go is because he doesn't have binoculars.
I know.
Like,
I won't be able to see anything.
Dude. You will with your new glasses.
Yeah.
Mindo,
don't go full wife. Don't go full wife on me. So any news on the airport international flights? Amelia, take it away. It's a very disappointing news on that.
I know. So I read that the contract they had with the company that I believe was from Korea fell through. That I'm not sure what happened, but
politics.
Yeah. And so basically that's kind of on hold. So I know the Ecuadoriana Airlines is supposed to have flights starting in October. But honestly, I haven't heard anything more about that. So we're kind of bummed. We were hoping there was going to be flights from Manta to Cuenca by now. And
that may still go through, though. But they've delayed it to October or November.
But the first one I thought they were going to do was Manta. What was it? No, they're not even doing Manta. They're going to do Quito, Guayaquil. Yeah, but the Ecuadorian Airlines is the one that was talking about coming and flying, having flights into Manta, and I don't think they're putting Manta on their list in October.
Oh, they've moved that too?
Yeah.
Things change a lot
They
here.
do change. So I don't have I haven't seen anything in the news about it lately, but honestly, I haven't looked other than the fact that I know that the international plans have been delayed.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. We haven't been in that airport yet, but I hear it's nice.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll find out soon.
Yeah, international flights would be a huge boom for tourism here, and especially if they start flying to Galapagos.
Oh,
from
yeah.
here, that would be great. And Cuenca too, because a lot of people from Cuenca would come here if it was a direct flight.
There is a new bus line that is going from Manta to Cuenca, so that's a big deal. They charge $14 one way, so that's pretty cool. It's what, a 6.5 hour trip, I think?
Yeah, 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yep. So hopefully we'll get that figured out.
Yes. So Friday with Mateo said he's going to transition over to Rokefin. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either. He also asked if we make money on YouTube. Not a lot. Most of our income is thanks to our patrons.
Yes.
Which is why we talk about Patreon a lot. We're very, very thankful for our patrons because it's my full-time job now.
Mm-hmm.
People, it's so funny. People are like, oh, you still work? You're not retired? Like YouTube's a full-time job. This is way more. It's a full-time job for me, especially with all the articles that we write, the blog posts, all the videos. Now we have 2 YouTube channels. And it takes a lot of time to do all this, to edit the videos. We don't just go live our lives and then a video of that experience appears on YouTube.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be.
I wish.
It takes hours and hours to edit our videos and then to publish them, promote them, and do all the writing involved and everything. So very thankful for our patrons on Patreon for helping us support me, because Amelia, she still has her job, but she does this part-time.
Mm-hmm.
So
it keeps us busy, but
we
busy. Love it. We love it because it gets us out doing things that I don't know if we would do.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot off of camera, that we have a lot of gratitude. But YouTube, we don't make a lot of money on the ads, unfortunately.
No, the ads
I wish.
Not very, very good.
They're not very lucrative,
no.
That's
and
life.
It fluctuates. I mean,
it does.
It could be virtually nothing one month and a lot the next month, and then back to nothing the following month. And so we can't rely on the ads for our revenue.
So there is Western Union here. Elba asked that question, and the answer is yes. And we see those all over the place.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jay, you are right. Galapagos is also high on the list. We've been talking about getting that trip scheduled. But we definitely have some inland things to do first, like Cuenca. We had plans to go back to Cuenca, over a year ago. And here we are. We still haven't been.
No.
We are long overdue. Our friends are back from India with their baby, and we can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
Live stream more and edit less.
The problem is that
interesting idea.
Yeah, we don't get very many views on our live stream. So we've got 239 active viewers right now. So hola.
Yes,
hola,
thanks
everybody.
Everyone. Thank you.
But most of our videos get 20,000 views or so. So our videos get viewed a lot more than our live streams.
Yeah, but it's a good mix up of things to do. It's fun for us to connect with you guys, and although I guess I don't know, hopefully it's entertaining for you when we have these pauses while we're reading.
I know. Sometimes they scroll through so fast I can't keep up.
Especially because you need your glasses.
Oh yeah, the whales kit saw some glasses. God. I can't go through 5 minutes of my life without comment about the glasses. Okay, yeah, the whales, Kit, they're seeing whales down in Salinas too.
Cool.
We're seeing them breaching off of our balcony out here. So it's really cool to have like a front row seat to the whales.
So cool. It's so cool.
We saw a pot of dolphins. We've seen a stingray and turtles.
I'm excited to actually go and do a whale watching tour in Puerto Lopez. We did that a couple years ago, and it was amazing. And I'm really excited to go again. That is a must do. And of course, we'll film it.
Yep.
Because that's what we do. We love to.
We're in Manta right now.
So what are your plans for your birthday dinner? We haven't really made specific plans. However, I do want some thali.
Indian thali.
Yes.
But
we have to special order that.
Yeah. For lunch when he's not as busy.
He
makes a special Indian thali.
Yes. So that's what I would like.
Somebody asked if it's safe in Esmeraldas. It's definitely not the safest part of Ecuador because it's a lot of the drugs that come in from Colombia go through there. So it's we've heard that it's not as safe, but we also know people who live there and travel there and they were fine.
Yeah, I guess it depends. We don't know. I guess the answer is we don't know enough about the area, but we've heard it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm sure that there are nice, safe places you can go. There's resorts there. Because remember Santiago, he and his wife went there for their honeymoon.
Yeah, they went for their honeymoon. It's supposed to be really pretty.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun.
A place in Manta similar to Apartamentos Otorongo. We don't know of any, do we?
No. Oh, thank you, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
That's a really good question. I don't know if there's any place like that. There has to be. All right, we're going to have to do a little investigation on that.
We have no plans of moving back to the U.S.
No.
If we ever leave Ecuador and we don't have plans to do that, we would probably go someplace else.
We do have plans to leave Ecuador to go visit other countries.
Yeah, we definitely want to travel more and do more expat videos in other countries so we can do some comparisons like Boquete versus Cuenca or Porto versus Manta, that kind of stuff. But that will be once this plague is behind us. Tali, you might be able to get Chinu and Ebby to make you Tali if you message them at Paradise.
Yep.
They have to special make it for you, but they might be willing to do that if you ask nicely.
I think you just need to give people a couple days notice.
Yeah. And you can maybe just go in and talk to them about it and ask if there would be an option for you to come and tell them that Robbie makes Tali for $1 million JP, and they'll probably do it for you. Amelia, pay attention. Did you hear what I said?
Attention. Special order Tali.
I said, tell them that Amelia, that Robbie makes it for $1 million JP, and they'll probably do it for you.
Don't do that. They'll do it anyway. They're so kind, such nice people.
Yeah.
JP. Sorry, I was reading about Randy, and he said he just had his bypass surgery. So first of all, I'm glad to hear you're doing better. Future medical expenses. Well, we haven't had anything come up. I don't want to jinx us, but
this is wood. Fake
thank
wood.
you. I know it's such a stupid thing. Gosh, the things you do, my mom's done that knock on wood thing her whole life, and it's just habit for me to do that. But anyway, I mean, we have health insurance, and healthcare is much more affordable here, and we're just going to hope for the best. JP told me he has a whole new outlook on procedures in general, and that if he needed to get something done, we're going to go to the country that specializes in whatever that would be.
I know. I read this book called Nomad Capitalist. It's actually a really good read. And he talks about you go where you're treated best. So, and it may not be the same place for everything.
Right.
And it made a really good point that if you have a special medical need, you should go to the hospital or the doctors that are best at that and not just go to the one that's closest to your house. So, and now that we are more world citizens, the world seems a lot smaller. So if I have to have another spine surgery, I will be going someplace that has really good doctors who don't charge $1 million. So that's probably what I would do.
Yeah,
but we're really happy with the medical care we've received here in Ecuador.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've heard excellent reviews from other people that have had surgeries and treatments and stuff like that. So somebody else said they're going out for Tali now. That's awesome. Enjoy. And Jimmy, we definitely want to come see you guys in Mexico.
I know. We'd love to visit Chetumal.
Yes.
And somebody asked what the presidential election brought to Ecuador. We haven't noticed much of a difference.
No, that remains to be seen.
I know. It doesn't feel much different. It doesn't feel any different to us, except that the new president has done a lot better with the shots, getting more doses available and brought to the country and distributed. He seems to be more efficient at that.
But other than that, it's kind of the same old. We're waiting. Like I said, he's talking about really stimulating the economy and tourism and working on some trade agreements with the U.S. and we'll see. I did hear that he was talking about raising the minimum wage here to 5 something. So I hope so. That would be good. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Oh yeah, JP did a whole thing about it.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
On what, the president? Yeah, on all of his talking points. one thing they're talking about doing is getting rid of the 5% exit tax on money, which would be great for investment here.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they at least taper that off or reduce it, because right now it's a real hindrance to getting foreign investments here. But
so Edward said we should go to Colombia, and we really want to go and visit Colombia. Let me say it properly as well. However, we have friends that live there, and they are they've changed the visa laws. So for people who are thinking about going and staying for a longer term, you might want to check into that. I know that things have been a bit more complicated.
Yes,
but definitely want to go visit. They love it there. Where do they live? Medellin. Yeah. Looks beautiful.
Yeah, the visa laws in Colombia right now are not that great. Ecuador, it's so much easier to move to. It's got to be one of the easiest visa countries in the world.
And as far as cardiac care, well, we had a friend have a heart attack, and she's doing well. And I think everything went fine for her. She had to have a couple stents put in, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she went to the doctor and was complaining of chest pain, and her literal doctor, put her in his private car and drove her to the hospital, got her checked in, talked to the heart surgeons. She was in surgery in less than an hour to get couple stents put in, and she's like, it was the best experience she's ever had in a hospital. Yeah,
so that's great. We were obviously very happy to hear that, and she seems to be doing quite well. Linda, yes, we do have we recommend Top Dental. They are excellent dentists here in Manta. So definitely check them out. I have no idea how much it costs to get an implant, but I do know it is not nearly as expensive as it is in the United States.
Yeah. Most dental costs are about 1/4 compared to the U.S.
Yes, and Isabel said we should go to Peru, and I agree. I know there's so many places we want to go visit.
I know.
It's so exciting, but yet I keep saying, but wait, I want to make it through Ecuador first. So we gotta get busy. Poco a poco, JP. We'll get there.
Yep. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Kayleen. Muchas gracias. Oh, awesome. We hope you get to visit Ecuador next year as well.
Yeah.
2022, when I see that and people post that, and it seems like it's so far off, and it's not. I mean, it's July 2021.
Wow, somebody's finally coming next month.
Oh, yay.
Which cities do you suggest we visit? Well, if you're planning on living here, we definitely recommend visiting Cuenca. It's still the best place to start, especially if you've never lived in a foreign country before. It's just a really easy place to land. It's a beautiful city, a lot of English speakers. It's cheaper. Manta's definitely more expensive.
It is. And as far as golf courses, there are a few golf courses, and they are less expensive than in the U.S. I guess comparatively speaking, the city courses, I think, are probably about the same price. But there's one in Monte Cristi that looks really pretty, and I think it costs like $3,000 a year or something like that.
No, I thought it was $1,000 a year.
$1,000 a year? Maybe it was $3,000 to join. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
They just aren't all over the place like what we're used to in the U.S. Golf is a thing, but is not nearly as popular here. Mm-hmm. But so there's one in Cuenca, and there's, I believe, a couple in Guayaquil. There's probably some others that we aren't aware of. Maybe somebody else might know that could post in the chat box. That would be helpful.
Yay. It took me a little arm twisting to get Amelia to pull the tiara out and blow the dust off, but so you have to wear it for your birthday.
Yes, and he was right. It feels good.
Somebody said, would we buy a house in Manta? I don't know. We go back and forth on that. We're definitely not in a position to buy right now, but
I feel like we just don't know yet what we want to do, and that's the beauty of renting. Yep. Because we have the flexibility. We can go and stay in other places and experience it, and then go somewhere else.
Yep.
And I don't know, right now we're enjoying condo life, but that doesn't mean at some point we won't want a house.
I know. And the issue here too is that we have an empty lot next to us. And if they ever start building a high-rise condo on that lot, we're probably going to want to move, because they take years to build condo buildings here. I wouldn't want to live next to a construction site for years.
Oh, Jimmy said there's a golf course in Salinas. I didn't know that. All right, somebody go check that golf course out and report back, please. Spiritosa. Muchas gracias.
Yeah. Thank you,
Spiritosa. Love it.
Spiritosa.
Some people are so creative with their online names. I am not. If you want to find me online, you just have to look for Amelia.
Yeah.
I have no creativity when it comes to that stuff. Somebody wants to know if we could please speak a little bit of Spanish.
¿Podría hablar un poco de español?
Muy bien. You may or may not have heard me trying to say Estado Unidense. I have to picture it in my mind, the word, because it's a tongue twister for me.
Do you have any trouble with noise from neighbors? We don't hear in Manta.
Not in our building.
Not here. Manta overall is a lot quieter than Olón and Cuenca. But
Cuenca.
We had a lot of issues with noisy neighbors in Olón. It drove me insane.
Yeah. It's just noisier overall than what we're used to. In Cuenca, there were times when the neighborhood was noisy.
I like how you aim it at me.
Sorry.
You're supposed to aim that way. She loves to do that.
Sorry, everybody. Excuse me. Disculpe. Anyway, we had, car alarms and horn honking and roosters in the Cuenca. And in Olón, it was
blasting speakers, the trash trucks, and banging neighbors, dropping things at 2 a.m.
It just is what it is. There's no getting away from noise unless you're out in the country. And even then, you can hear a lot of dogs barking and roosters and stuff. So you get used to it. At least, I don't know. I feel like we manage it better for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, sneeze shower. She always does that too. She's like,
that's because I'm left-handed, so my instinct is
say it, don't spray it.
Yeah.
And if you gotta spray it, aim that way.
I'll do better next time.
Elder asked if this is live.
It is live.
Although I do think there's like a 5-second delay or something, because it seems like people respond after we do say stuff.
Yeah, I think there is a delay. So it's mostly live. I don't know.
Yeah, fairly at $3,000 a month.
Oh, yeah.
You can live really You can live comfortably here on $2,000 a month. If you want a really nice luxury beachfront condo with ocean view, then definitely $3,000 will get you there. I mean, a really nice place. But you can easily live in a really nice place too for $2,000 for a couple here. It's definitely feels like it's more expensive. Our cost of living has gone up. Most of that's rent, though. We pay a lot more for our rent here.
I feel like it's just a little bit more expensive overall along the coast. It's definitely more affordable inland.
Is each place unique, or do they have their own culture, way of life? There are some uniquenesses among the different areas, but I would say overall Ecuador is a pretty similar culture. Definitely there are regional differences.
Yes.
And dialects. The main difference we notice is in the dialect of Spanish that they speak.
See?
What?
Trade sides, JP.
She would just aim out this way. That's the thing. She says that, but she would just then aim it this way.
No, I
wouldn't. She just wants to share.
That's kind of gross.
No, Amelia is left-handed.
Yes.
So that doesn't work. She's left-handed.
So I'm left-handed, so that's why I turn. Because I'm hovering like this, see? Otherwise, you would do it like this. I don't know.
Then you got to reach all the way across.
Well, it works for me. I don't know.
Illogical.
Does not compute.
Does not compute.
All right. Well, hopefully we haven't grossed you guys out.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there's Kit chiming in on their cost.
Wow, your condo is big. 3,500 square feet. Nice. Under 1,500. That's awesome.
No, that's great.
Yeah, and I saw your place. I think you had sent us a link to it Kit, before you guys moved in. The views looked amazing. I'm glad you're enjoying it so much. That's fantastic. And seeing whales.
Yeah, I need to have an umbrella. That's a good idea. That's a really good suggestion there.
So Carlos wants to know if the doctors in Manta speak English. There are some, I think.
Well, if once you get your insurance agent, like we have a couple that we recommend, they can both connect you with English speaking doctors. Plus we have a English speaking doctor who does house calls.
Yeah.
We have her WhatsApp number. We've WhatsApped her. We haven't had a need to see a doctor yet, but if we need one, we know who to message, and she will go and advocate for you and act as a translator. So yeah. There's definitely options for that.
And Roy, thank you so much.
Oh,
and
thanks, Roy.
Hola, and muchas gracias.
I like the dancing.
I like the dancing pair. Very cute.
Ciao from Calle Marisco.
Oh, Parque Calderon.
Oh, I love Parque Calderon.
Ciao.
We used to go down there all the time just to sit.
Oh, come on, you guys. It was that bad. Poncho needed. Very funny, John. You're just adding fuel to the fire, man.
Yeah, so you can wear your tiara. Next time I'll wear a poncho.
I get to see you in like your whole yellow get up, like the slicker with the hat. Oh, Michael, thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you so much.
What does that say? What's that say? Giddy up? I don't know what that means.
Like, get up. I don't know.
Get up. Get up. Like that James Brown song.
Sure. I like it. So Marco wants to know if he thinks he is asking the question. Sorry, Marco.
You're getting loopy. We've been at this for almost 2 hours.
He wants to know if we think the weather has helped with your health. And I would have to say yes, it definitely has. Being at the lower elevation and warmer temperatures has helped.
Yeah, with my back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it definitely, and also I think moving to Manta has helped, although I think I've strained it either swimming or carrying too many groceries.
Maybe.
I'm not sure what I've done, but I tweaked my lower back again. So
yeah, you need to be careful.
Yep. But other than that, I would say, it's the warmer, drier air here in Manta has definitely helped.
Yes. Yeah. And did I just miss it? Somebody asked about Loja. We have been talking about going to Loja for a while, so we're going to do our best to get there soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Randy.
Yes, Randy. Hola, and thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You guys are all very generous, and it's been a lot of fun hanging out with everybody.
Yes.
Hopefully we're making you laugh.
Yeah. And somebody asked about living, do you recommend a particular place that's in the country but not too far from the city?
Of Manta or Cuenca?
There's lots of places, like, I don't know, it just really depends on what city you want to live by. There's lots of places that are out away, and even in developments that are kind of more country setting. Like here, we've got Santa Marianita, which is like a country beach town similar to Alone, but it's a 10-minute drive from Manta.
Yep.
So there's lots of places. You really have to figure out what city you want to live by first, and then have a real estate agent help you, or a rental agent.
Cuenca has a lot of different options, and boy, it makes a big difference which direction you go in, because you can be 10 degrees warmer or 10 degrees cooler in the span of a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, in Cuenca.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, between San Joaquin and what's that other place? Machangara or Chayuabamba.
Yeah, it's quite a bit warmer there.
And it's like goes from jungle to desert too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, BC.
Gracias, BC.
I saw another question. What was I going to ask? About, gluten-free. You could definitely eat gluten-free at home very easily if you live in a city. It wasn't as easy in Olón because you didn't have as many options.
Right.
But here in Manta, you got all kinds of gluten-free options at Super Maxi and the bigger stores. But eating out is a bigger challenge. As far as we know, there's only one gluten-free restaurant in Ecuador, and that's in Cuenca at El Oasis. Miko, we featured him in a video. He used to be in Vilcabamba, but now he's in Cuenca. He's a totally gluten-free kitchen, no gluten in the whole place. But if you have celiacs and you have a really serious allergy to it, it's going to be hard to eat out here because they just don't have a lot of gluten-free restaurants.
Yeah, not that we're aware of. But if anybody knows if another area, please put it in the comments. That would be really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend whose daughter has celiacs, and it's serious.
Yeah, she can break out just by touching bread. She'll get a rash just from touching bread.
It's crazy.
If you're like that, then you don't eat out because you can't trust the kitchen.
It's tough. I feel for her.
Yeah, Cotacachi, that's on our list. We've heard it's nice. A lot of expats like it there. Tia, you mean like the grocery store? Yeah, we shopped at Tia in Montanita when we lived there, but here we live walking distance to the Super or the Mega Maxi. So we usually just go there and the Mi Commissariato.
Yep, and we like to go to the small little convenience mercaditos and support the families. So BC wants to know what's that cancer clinic? It's Solca? In Solca, yeah. There is a cancer clinic it's in Salinas Libertad area. I'm sure there's more than one, but we've heard, we heard about that place when we were living in alone, and we heard really good things about that.
Yeah, there are cancer treatment centers here. We don't know much about them.
But we do have a friend that recovered from, I think, thyroid cancer, and he's doing wonderfully. Oh, yeah. So, but obviously that's just one person and it's anecdotal. We don't really have a lot of information, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was Ecuadorian, so it's not like he went someplace else. He got treated here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yes, you expats, residents, as long as you have your cédula, you can get the shot, the COVID shot.
I'm not sure if you can get it with your passport. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think you have to have a cédula, but I don't know.
We're not positive. Oh, Joe said there's a cancer clinic in Puerto Viejo. Muchas gracias, Joe.
Somebody asked what my favorite word in Spanish is. I think it's estadounidense. Actually, it's bacancísimo.
That one is a fun one to say.
Bacancísimo. That's one I love because whenever I say that, Ecuadorians bust out laughing. So I'm not exactly sure what the subtext is with the word. We know what the word means, but for some reason, all the Ecuadorians love it when I say that word. Like it's a word that they don't expect a gringo to say.
Oh, Terry said, hola, Terry. She said she was able to get her Pfizer shot with her passport. Congrats. That's awesome. And thank you for sharing that info. Okay. Now we know. Awesome.
Thanks. There's a giant frigate bird hovering right outside our balcony. It's very distracting, cool. Frigate bird. That is definitely my favorite one, just because it makes Ecuadorians laugh when I say it.
So one of the guys at South Indian said, buenísimo. That's a good one, too. I don't know what word do I use a lot? I don't know. When I was taking yoga classes at Rumasol, one of the teachers always used to say, super bien.
Super bien.
I like saying that.
You like saying aber. Aber, let's see.
That's because I, for a long time, was confusing it with the other aber, as in Haber, not H-A, and then.
In Espanol, H-A-B-A.
Yeah, I was very confused because I didn't understand how the translation of any of that. And then Christina straightened me out.
Yeah. Health insurance is not expensive. We pay $174 for both of us, and we haven't had to use it.
Nope.
Autobus.
That's a good one.
What's HBD mean?
I don't know.
Sorry, I don't know. Happy birthday?
Maybe? Oh, yeah, probably.
What's your opinion? I don't know about Ecuadorian food in general, but the food here is great and cheap.
Yep. Great and cheap. Love it. And you're right. I say tranquilo all the time because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Tranquilo and amable.
And the Ecuadorians are very tranquilo, and we try to emulate them in that. We really value their tranquilo.
We have not had any more salsa dancing classes. But I would like to add that into our routine at some point. I think that would be a lot of fun. And as far as the health insurance, there are pre-existing condition issues, it really depends on the type of coverage you want. I don't think they have dental insurance, or at least we don't have dental insurance here.
But again, the cost is so much lower. It's like, why
Yeah.
have insurance? The insurance on dental insurance would probably be like $20 a month or $10 a month. So it's like, just pay. We just pay to have our dental stuff. So.
Yeah, we haven't had to have any major work done.
Here in Manta, the vegan options are not plentiful at restaurants, but we get everything, all the specialty stuff we want, except for nutritional yeast at Mega Maxi.
Yep.
So it's kind of nice living in a big city again to have access to all the specialty foods and whole wheat pastas and specialty grains like quinoa and buckwheat, and just we're happy.
But in Olón, it's amazing all the different options, vegan, vegetarian, just different ethnicities as far as food goes. For such a small town, it's quite the foodie scene. We were very impressed by that, and Cuenca too. There's a lot of options.
Somebody says you need to brand your laugh.
My nasally, everything. Thank you.
So as far as you have, Cynthia, about diabetes, I mean, it'll be considered a pre-existing condition. So you probably want to go on the IESS plan, the public insurance, and then that would be covered after a 3-month waiting period. And it's covered at 100%. The only difference is you have to go to the IESS hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies, which here in Manta, that would be good because we have really nice services here. But some of the other places are just not as good.
I guess you could say that about.
You can say that about anywhere. Though.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Oscar grew up here. It is a nice city.
Cool. It is a very nice city. We've met quite a few people that are born and raised in Manta. I don't know what they. Montaneños. I don't know. I like it.
Mercado Libre. We've never ordered from Mercado Libre.
But that's good to know. Thank you. Oh, yeah. The smell of the fresh bread. Oh.
Yeah. And just walking down the streets in the morning.
Gosh.
It's just amazing. And all throughout Ecuador, we smelled this. They are always baking fresh bread in the morning. And it's amazing.
Yes.
Some streets are just, it's hard to walk down.
So Marco wants to know if we plan to stay in Ecuador or if we have another country in mind. And we want to visit other countries. Right now, our plan is to stay in Ecuador because we love it.
Yeah. We have no plans of moving away from Ecuador. Even if we want to go live someplace else for a few months, this will be our home base.
Mm-hmm. And
we have not visited Quito yet. It is on our short list.
We did visit before when we came and did our exploratory trip, but that was 4 years ago, and we really liked it. Yeah. We went to the Mitad del Mundo. Yeah. That was fun. Terry, that I don't know. If the fresh bread is made without preservatives.
The stuff that you see in the little bakeries on the streets, the little mom and pop shops, from what we've been told is that it's mainly just flour and water and yeast. But we don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask.
Yeah, I don't know. Gosh, we were so spoiled with Audrey and Olón. Oh my gosh, that bakery was incredible. Yeah. There's probably one here. We just haven't gotten off our bus to find it because you make your hard bread.
And what was the place? Artesana, but then the other one, Tosta.
Oh yeah, Tosta.
In Cuenca. Oh. We had really good bread in Cuenca too, in Olón. But we haven't found a good bakery here, so that's why I've been making my own bread.
Plus, it's more convenient.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. Although I guess I always say it's not a bad thing for us to have to work for our food.
Here, I'm going to show them my bread.
Oh, okay. By that I mean we actually have to walk and burn off some calories. We're going to go eat something. It's not a bad thing. And yeah, we really want to go to the
bread I just made. Look at that, beautiful. Yum.
All right, now you're making me want some bread.
I know. I have to cut a piece of that off now.
Yes. Montaños. Oh, gracias, Carlos. Montaños, that's what they're called. Yeah, and yeah, Amazon, definitely we want to visit.
I know. We have a long list.
Yes. I feel like slowly but surely we will check these places off the list.
Yeah. It's been tough lately too. Daisy's not doing great. She's old and she's been having some health problems, and we haven't really wanted to leave her recently. We had a couple trips planned, and we ended up canceling them.
Yeah.
Because she's
well, it wasn't just Daisy. We had a couple other things that just ended up falling through, but it kind of worked out so that we could be here to make sure that she's okay.
Yeah.
It's tough when your babies get old.
Yeah, she's at least 13. I adopted her 10 years ago, and she was at least 3 when I adopted her. So she's getting old. She's got arthritis and bladder issues and incontinence now, and just sad. She doesn't seem like she should be old.
No, I agree. So Oscar said it's Montaneses. Montaños or Montaneses?
Montaneses. Oh, cool. And somebody asked about if we already have our shots. We got our first shot on Tuesday.
Yes.
And it was Pfizer.
Yes.
And it was mostly painless, although I was really tired the day after. Both of us were really lethargic the next day, but other than that, we're fine.
Yep. So it's pending. We're halfway vaccinated.
Yep.
Montaneses. Gracias.
La mitad del mundo. Are we about, wow, we're almost at 2 hours. I think we'll wrap it up at 2 hours.
Okay.
So final thoughts, comments over the next 5 minutes or 4 minutes.
88 Keys asked about the travel restrictions here, basically. So you need to have your either come here with a negative PCR test
or
right?
Antigen. Okay, you want me to do it? I've been writing about this in my newsletter. So if you guys opt in for my newsletter at liveabroadnow.com/newsletter, I give a COVID update and a travel update every Friday. So here's the current rule is that you can come here with either a negative PCR test or an antigen test that's less than 3 days old. And I'm assuming that's from the point of arrival in Ecuador. They weren't specific about that. Or you can come with a fully vaccination card, like both doses if it's a 2-dose vaccine. And that has to be more than 14 days since the second dose. So those are the two things. So you don't have to have it to come here. But we actually recommend that you come here with both if you have the shots already, to come here with the card, but also get a test, because some of the agents we've heard at the airport are either not accepting the shot card, or I don't know. You never know who you're going to get at the airport, and some people just have different rules. Plus, bring copies with you.
Yeah, that's
bring copies, because some of the agents are requesting you to make copies. They have one copy machine for everybody. So if you don't have a copy and they want it, then you have to go wait in line at the copy machine, and that's often longer than the customs line. So bring copies of everything with you.
Yes. So Pablo asked if there are street dogs. Yes, there are. We don't actually see a ton of street dogs.
Not here in Monta.
At least where we've been, and we didn't see it really when we did our driving tour. But they're around for sure. Yeah,
and a lot of them, it's not really street dogs. When we were in Quito the first trip 4 years ago, there were a lot of street dogs, like roaming around, really unhealthy looking, pregnant, or just had been pregnant, and fighting with each other and stuff. That was over 4 years ago in Quito. We have not seen anything like that anywhere else in Ecuador since then. So we see a lot of dogs on the streets, but they're well fed most of the time.
Yeah.
And they probably belong to someone. They just have different attitudes about dogs in Ecuador, and they are free range, to be honest. They just are allowed to roam freely, and they have a home, but they just go.
I mean, there are still street dogs, but it's definitely not like it was the first time we came, which we're really happy about. But we haven't seen everywhere. I understand there's more animal rescues in operation now too, so I think that's helping. And there's a lot of spay and neuter campaigns, which seem to be going very well. Yep. Thanks for sharing, Kit. Yes, Kit. Thank you. We're happy that you're happy in Salinas in your new home. Yes, we always love to hear that. Yeah. So Ninja wants to know, Ninja 12, what do we like about Monta that we didn't like about Alone? I think the weather. We like the weather more. The weather, and I like having access to the stores, like the full size grocery store, Mega Maxi, and
I mean, I don't know. It just, I like having the specialty items like whole grain pastas and stuff. That's probably what I like. Well, and the weather, of course. It's definitely a lot sunnier. These are the dark days in Alone right now, and it's sunny here in Manta.
Oh, Sharks has been belly dancing is my superpower. Thank you. But you know what? Since I left Cuenca, I haven't been doing it. I was hoping that Julio was going to have classes online, but then he got married to Yuruani, my dance partner, well, his dance partner and his life partner now. And they've been working on their house and doing all sorts of other stuff. So hopefully they'll have that back up and running soon. So JP, what's your superpower?
I have no idea. I'm good at a lot of things. I remember a lot of things. Yeah,
you're like have one of those brainiac kind of superpowers. Who's that? Like what's the X-Men guy? Is that Magneto or whatever? Wasn't he the brainiac guy, or was that I don't know.
That's no, I don't remember. Magneto was the metal guy.
Okay, then no, that's not him. I was just thinking. Oh yeah, I guess did he have something on his head?
Yeah, he wore a helmet.
Okay.
Is that why? Because he wore a helmet and it looked like he had a bald head?
I guess. I don't know.
Although in this world, I think you'd be better off having the plastico instead of magneto.
Plastico.
Because there's plastic everywhere, but there's not as much metal as there used to be. So I think you'd be better off if you were plastico. That should be the newest X-Men, plastico.
Plastico, yes. You did say the other day you wish you could use the force to get your water bottle.
I know, but that's not my superpower because I can't do it.
Because you couldn't do it.
I can make Amelia laugh. Maybe that's my superpower.
Yes. Matt said I look radiant. Thank you.
Thanks, John. He said video editing is my superpower. Thank you.
You are very good at it. JP has an analytical mind, and what you guys don't know about him is that he can see patterns. I think that's your superpower.
That probably is my superpower.
Yeah. He has his way of seeing patterns and all of this stuff that my brain just does not work like that. I'm all over that. JP's awful. He's like a Rubik's Cube.
I know. It is weird. I can look at things and it's like they all just fall into place in my head. That's why I don't play that game anymore. We play this pattern game. Amelia's been playing it for 6 years. I call it, what do I call us? A throuple? We're a throuple. Yeah. Me, Amelia, and the game. But I got bored with it because it was too easy.
Yeah. Not for me. But it is kind of mindless. So somebody I saw somebody was commenting about Amazon in Ecuador. I haven't heard anything new about that. We'll see what happens. Allegedly, they will ship here, but you just have to pay more money and be patient. There's no Prime in Ecuador.
Somebody said flying the drone is my superpower. That is not at all. I am so nervous every time I fly that thing. I'm afraid I'm going to crash it or lose it. And then it's so windy here. I haven't even been able to fly it because it's I need a bigger drone because it's too windy in Ecuador. Mm-hmm. The drone I have is too small.
Here it's windy.
Yeah, it's just always so windy.
Yeah. I'm surprised Manta is a lot windier.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, everything's a trade-off.
I know. It was too windy in Santa Marianita and San Lorenzo.
Mm-hmm.
I took it.
So gorgeous, though.
I took it to both of those places, but it was just too windy.
There is no Costco here. They do have Corral or Coral, however you want to say it, which is similar to like Costco or, well, I guess it's not really similar to Costco. It's like a Walmart or like a super Walmart. But there's aren't any, there's American stores in the mall, like a Levi's store, clothing stores. There's a Samsung store and a Sony store in the malls, but an Apple, obviously, in the big malls, but not the other stuff. There's some U.S.-based chain restaurants here, like KFC, Pizza Hut, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, Amelia, ready to wrap it up?
Yes, but before we go, I want to say hola to Bonnie. I probably butchered your name. Bonne from Belgium. Hola.
Awesome, cool. Belgium. That's late there. It's muy. Wow.
Is really it, or is it early?
7 hours. No, it's like 11 p.m.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks for joining us.
Awesome. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been at this for 2 hours.
Yep, it has flown by. It's been a lot of fun.
I know. I got to take Daisy out.
Oh.
I'm sure she is overdue. I don't even know where she is. She's hiding from us now, probably.
She was up here earlier, so she's probably given up.
Yeah, I'm sure she needs to go out.
Yes.
So thank you guys all for attending, and thank you especially for the super chats. We really appreciate that. That helps us continue to make our videos. And again, if you want to get our newsletter every Friday, it's liveabroad.com, liveabroadnow.com/newsletter. We also have our new referral program we're excited about, helping provide introductions to service providers in Ecuador. And as always, we love our patrons on Patreon. Thank you guys all so
everyone.
much.
It was so fun hanging out and talking for 2 hours and reading your comments.
Y feliz cumpleaños para mí.
Gracias, todos.
Awesome, guys. Thank you all so much. We'll see you all in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you.